Welcome, friends, to Tanked Up, the podcast all about video games and craft beer. I'm one of your hosts, Ben, here with Lucy.
Hello.
Hi, and Aadil.
Hey.
Hey, and Aadil. For those in the audio, you'll notice, I imagine, through the change in audio quality from his track, he's almost clean shaven.
Almost. This is the shortest it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
I meant to go more beard than overgrown stubble, but turns out number 3 guard is quite short, and I, of course, didn't even think it. Just started at the sideburns. I was like, well, here we go.
Gotta commit.
Oh,
It was like I could do a fade into beard, but nah, I'll just lop it all off. And then afterwards, I was like, there's so much hair in my sink. I feel like I should take a picture, but no one wants to see this
Yes.
picture.
Oh no, like some small beast from Star Trek. Have you had a haircut as well, or is it just tied back? Is it just because
just tied back.
Yeah, fair. Okay, cool. Good. What a lovely start. For those joining us for the first time, hello. I don't know why you would be here suddenly, but hello. How do you do? We talk about video games. We drink beers. So let's start on that. Aadil, what are you going to drink this evening?
I've got a Vault City.
Shock.
On brand.
It is the given that it's almost 9, this might be a bad idea, but it's the coffee lemonade, lemon sour infused with Kenyan coffee, 5% twinned with Coffee Collective, water, malted barley, oats, lemon juice, lemon zest, coffee, hops, yeast. And I feel like if there's more lemon juice and zest than coffee, I should probably be fine.
Okay.
This is making my head hurt.
Fresh lemon juice and zest meet the smooth, full-bodied character of Kenyan coffee, sourced and roasted by our Danish pals at Coffee Collective. Initially added using a bulk grinder, we've then infused whole coffee beans using a hop rocket, creating a blend of soft coffee with notes of blackcurrant, blackberry, and rhubarb among the zesty taste of sweet lemonade. It is a number 4 on the sour scale.
Okay. Oh, did they have a web before? I don't think they had a web. Or was it always been a scale?
It's been a scale, It's always been this 1 to 5 thing.
Thinking of someone else, obviously. Oh, there are lots of other people do a web, to be fair, don't they? So,
Good chemistry, you're thinking.
Yes, they do. Yes, good. Lucy, what are you going to drink tonight?
I'm drinking a beer from Beak. It's called The Lost Folk. Something about highlighting writers as a part of an ongoing project with Faber and Faber. I don't know what any of this is.
They're a publisher,
don't know
aren't
who
they?
this.
Faber and Faber.
Sure. I don't know who Lally Macbeth is. It's quite cool because you can peel off the thingy and have like a blurb about her and whatever she's written
down the Northern Monk route.
Yeah. If I was to read all of this as flavor text, we would be here for an hour.
That's the episode.
Yeah.
It's flavor text, maybe?
Yeah. I shan't be reading that because I'm uncultured and I just want to drink. It's a 5.2% double dry hopped pale.
Nice.
No, sorry, 5%. 2.2 UK units.
Fair. Is the picture on the front a photo? Or it's not their usual kind of graphic.
It might be an old timey like photo that has the negative kind of light of it. It's like people dancing around a maypole.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It looks quite nice.
Nice.
It looks like something a Lally Macbeth would do.
Fair. But at least for that, whatever this series is, Beak are going down a different art route as well.
Sure, and as someone, as I said, very uncultured, I'm just here to drink.
That's fair. As am I, and I'm going to drink Lost and Grounded's Oktoberfest 2025. I've seen a few fest beers out in the wild, like Wiper and True. They do the same sort of beer every year, their Oktoberfest beer. But Lost and Grounded, sort of, again, I don't know whether they do them every year. I'm pretty sure they do a fest beer most years. But this is an Oktoberfest style lager, a little bit of flavour text. It is 5.6%. This year's Fest beer uses a blend of Pilsner, Munich, and biscuit malts to provide a smooth backdrop, which is balanced by a traditional German hop blend to give a crisp and clean finish. This is a beer to celebrate good times with great friends. Prost. So there we go. And it's very eye-catching. As soon as I went in the shop and saw that, I was like, oh,
Very
yeah,
nice.
Fest beer, have that. So let's roll back round and we will come to you. How coffee is the coffee lemonade?
Well, it's actually like a brownie orange.
Mm.
I swear I saw a brown tinge when I was pouring it. Again, white balance, blah, blah. You know what I've realized is the auto white balancing is probably getting thrown off by the purple light in the corner. I'm smart. It's been years.
Yeah.
It smells brightly lemon. Luckily, it's the first hit is almost like cleaner lemon, but there's another layer of lemon that sort of rounds it out to make sure it doesn't taste, fake or like cleaner. Or sorry, smell like. It's got almost like it's got rounder, slightly other citrus tones going on that makes it sort of smell like a lemon and maybe a citrus medley, small one. It is definitely lemony. Ooh. First sip, hit of lemon, definitely lemonade, and then I got this wave of the coffee, which is lingering more at a different part of my mouth than the lemon.
I'm not even going to pretend to understand what's going on with this particular beer.
Have you ever had a coffee lemonade?
No.
So, and then this is 3 steps removed, I think, if I do the maths right. It's really refreshing. The coffee is much more subdued. It tastes like a bright but not in your face lemon drink. I have no inkling there's alcohol except for the style of bubble that is a bit beery rather than like generically bubbled drink, which is the alcohol-free beverage we're coming out with next year to celebrate episode 500.
Brewing it ourselves.
Just in Aadil's soda. No, it's in his soda stream. That's how we're doing it.
I was going to say. Yeah, the coffee is much tamer than I was thinking. And actually, I think the like blackcurrant, rhubarb, whatever the fruity notes they were mentioning feel very present, and they're rounding out, so it's not just a one note lemony taste, but it's this lingering light taste on the finish that I think is what the coffee's doing. So like there's a moment in the finish where I'm like, oh yes, this is what it's like to have had a sip of coffee 45 seconds ago.
Okay.
Not a full, like just a sip. Like there's just this lingering light note that I think pokes ahead. But at least on this first few sips, the very like tart lemon taste, even on the finish, is still just sort of there. And so like if I move my saliva around, retaste what's just lingering in my mouth, I'm still feeling lemon. Again, not like in my face, but like there's a lingering taste of lemon that is adding on top of whatever else might be there. So I suspect later on I might get used to it. I really feel like I've had a tart lemonade sip. Like I have that dried out sort of lingering tartness of having a fresh lemonade. I'm hoping my palate will get used to it, so maybe the coffee will poke through. Lucy, what's your beer like?
It is a solid block of yellow. It looks very good. The head's dissipated on that a little bit, but yeah, nice. Nice. Looks like a creamy white head. Can pour any more out. Yeah, really good looking beer. Ooh, nice aroma. That's what it smells like. I don't know if you've ever had the ice cream Solero. Just like it's got like a mango smell to it and like
Mm.
creamy vanilla inside of it. Yeah, it smells great. Picking up like a little bit of like sprucey pine on the aroma as well.
Mm. Dude, I
Yeah,
haven't
it
had
smells
a
really
good
good.
piney beer in a while.
Hopefully this tastes piney. Ooh, yeah, there's pine in that. Oh, this is nice. Oh, can't remember the last time I had a beer so nice.
Really?
Yeah, or like even a Beak beer that wasn't non-alcoholic. Yeah, like there was just like a few breweries in the UK that are just like heads above like most others. I think Beak is one of them. Maybe Baron, Verdant,
Mm-hmm.
Fredea in there as well. Where
Yes,
it's just
they've long redeemed themselves now since that
yeah.
weird couple of years.
Yeah, this. Although when we were talking about some of the day beers, how they kind of moved away from the very fruit forward, like kind of juice bombs, which they've since returned to now.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying they had that kind of like vegetal, onion leaf flavor. This sort of has that going on, but it's very good. As I say, it's mixed in with like the pininess and the like kind of resin on the end. But yeah, it's not overly fruity in the initial taste. It has just got like probably mainly citrus, maybe a hint of like tropical fruit notes to it, like that mango that came up in the aroma. But it's just really well balanced. It's like nothing is kind of like more in the spotlight than anything else. Like it's got that, it's got a bit of fruitiness, it's got a bit of pine, got a little bit of bitterness at the end. Quite a long finish as well. Can still taste like not just the like the piney finish, but some of that fruit as well from the first taste. And so it's got a nice long finish. So technically, it could last a long time. It's not gonna because it tastes so good. But yeah, it's just
I think
just like a perfect beer, like which I haven't had in
right.
ages.
I was gonna say mine's probably not gonna last long because I keep forgetting it's a beer.
Yeah, yeah, and it's got a decent amount of body to it as well. Like 5%, not not a crazy amount, but it feels like it's got the body of like a 7% beer, like 7, maybe even 8. Where
Nice.
it's just like
What was
very
it?
mouth coating.
5.
Yeah, 5. But yeah, like really mouth coating, long lasting finish, nice substantial body where it's like, okay, it's not thin and watery, having to keep drinking it to try and find the taste. It's like all those flavors just cover the palate and just work so well in harmony. It's just Beak are great.
Nice.
Right.
Yes, they are. Absolutely.
Mm.
Perfect. Perfect. The Oktoberfest.
It is.
Oktoberfest beer. It's got a lovely nose. It's very, as you would expect, a little bit dank. Smells like a lager more so than, say, a dark beer or a Dunkel or something like that, which you might get as a bit of a bigger kind of fest beer, but definitely a little lighter. Very malty, but with like this slight sweetness, which is probably coming from those that bigger malt bill. I think that they put in this. Oh, it is like it's kind of it is like a lager, but it's not quite as thin. It's got a little bit, but not much, and it's not sort of thick in any way. It's not maybe edging towards a darker beer or something, but it's not as thin as a lager. And the flavour is really, really similar to the nose. So that is really clean. And it's a bit biscuity. It's a little bit sweet. It's got this little bit of citrus running through the back, perhaps something just a little kind of sharper, a little bit zesty that's in there as well. There's a couple of maybe slightly, maybe not fruity, but maybe more like floral kind of notes on this as well. Something's a little bit kind of peppery in there.
Mhm.
Not too much, not too big, actually balanced really, really well. But there's this kind of very, how do I describe this? Like something quite, it's like a bright sort of flavor to it. Something that's kind of just lifting it a little bit, which I can't quite tell what it is, but you're getting that biscuity, sweet kind of body to it. There's that little bit of zest running through. There's a bit of a peppery, slightly spicy element to it as well, and maybe some sort of floral background. This is
Be like the yeast that they use in it, because I imagine
potentially.
know.
I don't know. Don't think they list the yeast on Lost and Grounded beers. No, it just say it's got yeast in. The malts, actually, they did say it's Pilsner, Munich, and biscuit malts. The allergens are only barley malts. So there's all of those are just barley malts. There's no oats or anything else in this. So you can see why it's so crisp and clean, and it's really refreshing. This is kind of, you think, when at least I think of a bit of a fest beer. Yes, it's slightly lighter, but think of something maybe a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, something that's maybe just edging more towards, say, like a Dunkel. Obviously, Lost and Grounded do specialize in lagers, so they've pulled it sort of that way a little bit. But this is really nice. I think the only criticism I will give it at the moment is that slightly peppery finish is the lasting flavor. So whilst I want to sort of refresh and get that nice, bright, zesty, biscuity kind of flavor to it, I know that I'm going to get back to this. And I think I would drink it quickly, more so because I'm trying to chase that initial flavor and get not rid of this sort of slightly peppery aftertaste, but I'm trying to get back to that start again constantly, rather than being like, oh, this is luxurious and I'm going to sit and I'm going to sip and I'm just going to take my time with it. I drink this quickly because I'm chasing that initial taste. But it's lovely. It's nice. It's it's got a little bit of color to it. It's a little bit sort of darker than a lager, but not much. And obviously, very clear, very translucent. A little bit of head to it. Not a huge amount. There's a slight bit of carbonation, but yeah, this is very nice. Perfect. Good. They're the beers. Let's talk about the games. If you don't mind me starting, I don't really have anything big to talk about, but I have bounced over the last week a little bit, more in frustration than anything else. I haven't played anything new, but I've gone back to Hollow Knight and made some really good progress through the I suppose I don't know how many tiers up through the map there are, but through the lower two tiers, I've made some really good progress. A couple of uncharted areas which I have explored, a couple of the chapels that I've done.
Are you still in Act 1?
I would think so. Yes, yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I haven't reached. On the map you have the spindle that shows you where you've got to go.
Yeah.
I haven't reached that point
Okay,
yet.
so yeah, you're still in Act 1.
I'm at a boss which comes down from the ceiling, fires spiked vines down at you. I can't remember the name of it. And then there's some flying and summons a few flying scythe type insects that spin around the space. And I have bashed my head on this again and again and again. I fought several bosses since the last time I spoke about it, and yes, they were difficult, but I could see the patterns and I could recognize how it was going to go. This just feels chaotic, and it feels a bit overwhelming, and so I'm bashing my head. And I thought, what I'll do, I'll just step away and I'll play something else.
That's always the best way.
It is.
I actually found like one of the bosses, which is an optional side boss, that was doing my head in. There's like an actual Reddit thread, like
Yeah.
subreddit dedicated to it.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah.
It's when you know it's universally frustrating, don't you? Like,
Yeah. I was like, okay, it isn't just me then.
no, that's
Cool.
fair.
Mm.
So I stepped away from Silksong, and I didn't know really what else to play, and I realised that The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered was free on PlayStation Plus, and they released a little while ago. Oh shit, what's it
Remastered
called? They've released a roguelite run mode
that.
to this, where basically you play as a character, you're in a small area, and you do like 6 of these on a run, and progress through until you get to a boss at the end, and then you're in a room with a boss basically. And that wasn't necessarily frustrating, but it's so fucking tense. Like I'm just
Yeah.
Ellie in the first level was Ellie and Jackson with 4 zombies. I'm like, cool, I've got to just take down these zombies. Resources are limited. I'm like, how do I play this game? Oh, I remember. Okay, fine. I can do this. And took down the 4 zombies, and it's wave based. It's 3 waves. And I took down the 4 zombies, then I took down the next few, and then I took down the next few. Moved in, came back to this room, which you start your run from. There's some unlocks, there's a little shop, so you can progress kind of within this room and then move on to the next level, which I did. And came up against human enemies, the wolves. And that was reasonable and okay. Dogs, which are a pain in the fucking ass. And these kinds of things where I could game the run enough where I'm like, cool, there's one person of this wave left. They don't know where I am. I'm going to go around and pick up a load of things. I'm going to craft some bits, and then I'm going to take them down and start the next wave when I've been able to prepare a little bit. And through the run, each of the small encounters obviously gets that a little bit more difficult, and things just get that little bit more tense. And I'm sat there fighting a bloater as the boss, in the arcade, which is one of the scenes in the game, I believe, if I remember correctly. Suddenly you get him down to a certain percentage of health, and more zombies appear. And I'm like, fuck, okay, right. And it's so tense. I'm like, I've done one run. I'm like, I have to put this down. I can't do another run. And the whole point of the game is do another run. And I'm like, fuck no. Like, putting this down. I'm like, oh, it's October. Let's play a spooky game. No, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tense game, like the normal game was. Who's Jackson?
The town. The town that they go back to where Tommy is in the first game.
Right, I thought it was the name of the character.
No.
I was like, wasn't that Jesse?
Jesse, yes,
Jackson.
Jesse. So Jesse Jackson. One of the one of the encounters, you do actually have another person with you in some of them. So you have another, just an NPC character. One of them was Dina, and Jesse was in another one. You do get some help occasionally. But then you're trying to protect them, you're trying to help them that little bit as well. So then there's that added danger of that as well. So it's just incredibly tense. And I thought, right, I bounced off of that. The next thing I'm going to have a go at is, they've put an hour free trial of Baby Steps on PS Plus. I'm really interested in that. Let's have a go.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Good things.
It's great. I'm enjoying it, but having only an hour to try and understand the movement,
not enough. Yeah.
to try and get into it, I progressed through, and I got to a point where I'd spent half an hour getting to sort of along the path that you're taken down, and then there's a sign that essentially says, "Go over here." If you're coming here already, but here's another quest. Go over here, and so I did. And I spent half an hour literally trying to climb a rock to get a cup. And I didn't do it before the trial ran out. And I'm like, I can see how.
That's a weird game to be like a time
Time
limit on rather than like
Yeah.
just get to the first
in-game
bonfire.
content.
Yeah, because it's like it's meant to be like you know incredibly difficult at the beginning learning the nuances of the control, so it just feels a bit weird that they'd cut you off after an hour.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Rather than be like,
it's the
get to
same
this
with all the
point in the
game
game.
trials, isn't it? All the game trials
I
are
think-
time limited.
I think the market research was done and the industry just decided to do this as a default.
No, because
like-
a lot of games on like Steam, like the demos are like play up to a certain point rather than
Like a normal demo.
yeah, rather than like say if you were just on the splash screen for an hour.
Yeah.
Just letting it
so
idle.
this was on
absolutely.
which system though?
That would
Silly.
run your time down. Yes.
Yeah, surely we have come beyond this now. Obviously, it's more work. Could it be?
It's not, I don't think it's more work actually
Because it's not exactly a vertical slice. Because usually, like I don't know. It just seems a bit bizarre, especially for a game like that, where it's like, okay, just an hour.
Yeah, but I
You know,
think
like a Call of Duty, like okay, but,
Sure. But
um,
I've downloaded to play that hour. I've downloaded the whole game, so it's not like you're only downloading 10% of the game because you're only going to get through a certain percentage of it in that hour. I've downloaded the whole game, and essentially
because
my
they
progress
don't want to bother
yeah,
doing the
I
work.
mean, yeah, and I get it's like it's
and it's
dev
like cool.
time, but it seems so simple now that it should be just be able to like get to the first bonfire.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing our game. Here's the link to the purchase page.
I think like a demo, it's a sales pitch ultimately.
Yeah.
But it's the whole idea of being like, well, it's not a demo. It's not separate from the game. Buy it and continue where you've been. You've stopped the game here. Buy it. You just pick straight up where you finished, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's kind of suggesting or allowing that progress to carry over. But it's very, when you start and you're like, how does this control? And ultimately what you're doing is you're lifting each leg and moving the foot to place it back down to be able to step. And there is an incredible amount of nuance in this. And I'm like, how does this work? Well, I'll just hold forward and I'll tap L2, R2 as quickly as possible to just, move the feet as quickly as I can. But actually, if you're holding R2 and he lifts his right knee and his right leg up, you can then aim the stick to see where you put that foot back down on the ground. So actually taking it a bit slower and lifting and then placing, lifting and placing, lifting and placing is the kind of the thing to do. And you do pick that up quite quickly. It's quite intuitive. I think I spent the first, where you come out of the cave that you start in. I think I picked up quite quickly how I wanted to try and understand the controls. And as soon as you come out, there is this post in front of you up this on the top of these bricks, and it had something on it, and I'm like, I want whatever that is. That's how I'm going to tutorialize myself into this game. I'm going to go and get that thing. And also, you're stepping and learning how to go up steps because the brick wall is partly built. So you go up and you get up there, and it's just like a straw hat. I'm like, cool. I'll just wear the straw hat. That's fine.
Absolutely.
And then you're just bowling about with a straw hat. But on top of that, you get the kind of the first encounter with another character. The writing is pretty funny. It's meant to be. I think they're going for that humorous kind of tone to it. The character says, "Oh, you should stop and you should come with me," and your character goes, "Do I have to? Like, are you going to stop me if I don't want to?" And he's like, "No, why would I do that?" And he's like, "Cool, I'm just going to go then." And then just the scene ends. And you're like, "All right, fair enough. Like, I'll just go on my way. Cool." So it's got that humor to it. Obviously, it's not quite QWOP, but it's playing on QWOP. The idea that you're controlling limbs and there again, there's that nuance in, oh no shit, I'm falling. I can actually shift my weight in where I'm falling to try and be like, I'm atop a rock. I'm either going to fall off, or I can try and shift my weight to maybe just fall over on top of the rock to make sure that I can get up and continue sort of what I'm doing. But so fucking frustrating. Like, it's so annoying when you're like, I'll step on this thing. Oh no, it wasn't like a ledge. It's clearly super slippy, and my foot has just gone off, and I've fallen all the way back down again. Brilliant. And the character will slide if it's not even 45 degrees. If it's like 10 degrees and he falls over, he will slide. And you get back up, and then your clothes are just covered in mud. Like, brilliant. I mean, I was going this way anyway, so it's kind of okay. I just slid down the hill. But yeah, it's fun, but I bashed my head for 30 minutes to try and do this thing. I still hadn't done it. And that level of frustration crept in because I could see I started making silly mistakes and going, I'll just do the no, he's fallen over. I'll just get no, he's fallen over again. I'll like overextend, or I'll move in this way and I'll do this. I'm like, I can do this. I've done it like 6 times already. And so I do it quicker and then just fall over. I'm like, but I've just done this 6 times. How have I fallen over? I've stepped in exactly the same place. So it's
one of those you probably would like short bursts.
Yeah, absolutely. I think an hour was probably about right. I think if I'd have played much more than an hour, I'd have walked away, to be fair, in frustration.
Yeah.
And then come back. But to round this out, I went back to Hollow Knight, and I still can't beat this fucking boss. It's like another 3 or 4 turns on it, and like, no, I'm gonna put it down again. I need to do something different.
We can't waste our lives playing nothing but Hollow Knight.
Wow. No, we shouldn't, to be fair. Not we can't, we shouldn't, I think is more the thing. But yeah, that's me for this week. So I'll open it up to whoever's been playing anything, or chat about whatever we want. There's been loads of news and things, which of course is always political and we never need to kind of get into. But what's everyone else been up to? What's everyone else been playing?
I've played some of Hotel Barcelona.
Oh, nice.
Which is the sweary Suda51 game collaboration.
Yeah.
It is a 2D side-scrolling roguelike. And I wish I liked it. I wish.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's I'm not too familiar with like any of Suda 51's games. Mainly just sweary.
Yep.
And the thing with sweary's games is that they're obtuse, and you're always like, what's going on? Which is the fun of them, like especially in like some of these more narrative focused games. But the problem is that you're coupling that what's going on with a genre that I already have very little patience for, but a genre that really should be very well polished and tight in terms of controls and progression in a roguelike. As I say, I'm not a massive fan of roguelikes anyway, but things that are just like, really well polished, like Dead Cells or Hades, where it's like, I played them, not my favorite games, but I put, multiple hours into them. Hades, I actually finished. They're really polished and well made, and that's what. The gameplay. Well, the gameplay loop, not for me because I don't like roguelikes, but the tight controls and the gameplay is what brought me back to them. Whereas in this, it looks like a PS3 game, and it controls like a PS3 game. And on Steam Deck, it runs like a PS3 game. The controls feel quite sluggish, because it's like this hack and slash, like I think probably meant to be doing combos and stuff like that. But it just feels it feels like it goes too fast when you don't want it to be. Like you want to gain some control of your character when you're in like the middle of a combo, and then at other times it just feels very sluggish and labored, and like everything's on like a slight delay.
Okay.
And like the jump is like really floaty. It's like you can jump like 5 times the height of your character like a bloody flea, and it's like it it just doesn't have that kind of like grounded, crunchy combat that you'd expect from like a really well controlling roguelike. Um, it's it's got some neat ideas in it. It's because you're in this like titular Hotel Barcelona. You are a U.S. Marshal. Her name's Justine. And she's basically wants to avenge her father's death because I believe a witch killed her, and she's being possessed by a serial killer called Dr. Carnival.
Okay.
As you do.
In this hotel, like this deadly premonition hotel at the beginning, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot going on, and that's where I like Sweary's input. It's just stupid and mad, and like, what is going on? So it has that kind of vibe to it. But then it goes into like a roguelike formula where it's like there's several areas on this map, sort of like Dead Cells. It's like, okay, I'm in the sewers, and then I need to go to, well, I guess there's a bit more options and choices where you can go in Dead Cells. I'm not sure about this one because I haven't got far because didn't really enjoy it. I don't think I want to play that far, but basically I'm in the starting area, which is the campground, and it's like I have to go through several other areas, unlock those by beating the boss for this one, and then progressing through the game. And a cool thing is that you're on like this timer, like this 3-minute timer. So it's like you have to get through like each portion of the level within 3 minutes, which on paper sounds cool because it would be like, okay, how do I optimize it, like a speedrunning game, sort of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, what was that game I really liked? That's first person speedrunning one. That was 2 anime that came out.
Neon White.
Neon White,
Neon
yeah.
White,
Where it's like, okay, what's the most optimal path? Like, because the levels don't really seem to change much in terms of their structure. I think where items are within them change, but I think the basic structure of the levels pretty similar. So it would be like even in Dead Cells, because it was like you used to get like if you went quick enough, you'd get like through a gate or something, and you'd be able to like cut out massive chunks of the level, or get like an upgrade or something. I can't remember. It's been so many years since I played Dead Cells, so it was like optimizing your run, even though that was procedure generated, so it was a little less predictable. Anyway, it would be nice if you could just like optimize a run, be like, I need to do this, kill that enemy, go here, go there, skip this out. In theory, that would be great, but it's with the controls that still feel a bit sluggish and enemies that can just like stun lock you. It doesn't feel like the timing is actually a benefit to the gameplay. It's an interesting mechanic, but don't think it quite works in execution. And the other like I think cool touch to it is that every time you're on this 3-minute timer, and then you basically have to reach a door. It's usually like, well, the campground's mostly outside, but it's like just like these random doors in the middle of the level. And when you enter one of them, your timer resets, and the different doors, it even says like, okay, if you want to enter this one, it's like, okay, your speed is gonna go up by 3%, or your health is gonna recover by 50% if you go into this door or that door. So it's like that's interesting, like getting these, temporary buffs within the run. So that's cool. But I died many times.
As you do.
So yeah. But it just it just didn't feel good because like dying or even entering like a new door, it's like there's a slight delay. It isn't instantaneous. There's a load in between, so it isn't just like snappy. Oh, let me get back into a run. Let me keep going. I'm on this momentum and stuff like that. It's just it doesn't work in a
Mm.
roguelike. It needs that fast paced one more run, kind of adrenaline kind of feeling to it. Whereas this doesn't have it because of those load times, because of like the slightly sluggish combat. Um, and yeah, it's like, okay, I died a few times. Like one time I died, I think by just jumping into water. I don't know if my health was too low. Um, and that's what it just did enough damage to cause me to die, or if you jump into water and that's it, you're just dead. I have no idea. um, but I thought
Actually,
that was a bit like
Toxic
bit cheap.
water.
Yeah, it's just like look like normal water. It's like yeah, you can probably know that I probably shouldn't go in this, but if I like fall into it, I'd imagine like it just does, knocks off my health a bit rather than just kills me instantly. I don't know if my health was so low at that point because there's a lot going on the screen. It's
Mm.
like it feels like it's like kind of like you're zoomed out of the screen. It's like quite far back from the action, and it's like all this UI. In
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
like those memes where it's like too much UI on the screen. It's like Dota or something like that. That's what this looks like, where it's just so many bars and
Mm.
like like levels and percentages and this and that on the screen. It's just like I cannot see what is most important, and that's the action.
Where is world?
Yeah, yeah. It's quite hard to discern, and when you've got like slightly muddy graphics as well, it's just not a good combo.
Yeah, it's I don't know whether it's um a holdover from the other games that both creators have sort of made. I always
Mhm.
remember No More Heroes being that little bit too everything on the screen was always too big. It's a game
Yeah,
from many years ago when
yeah,
the sort of the UI wasn't quite as intuitive and was played a much bigger part in sort of retail space sort of on the screen.
yeah.
But a few of those kinds of games and don't quite find that balance kind of very well. And maybe it's just a holdover from that. They're like, this is what we like, so this is the way that we're kind of
Yeah,
we're doing it.
which is, I mean, there's something. I mean, if you're making a swearing Suda 51 game, you want a lot of that DNA to carry over, but
You also want
it's
to
just,
not do the bad thing again.
or just put it into a genre where it actually works, and it's not demanding of such tight gameplay,
Mm,
because like in a like narrative focused game or a game that's just like like Deadly Premonition, it's just gonna continue onwards anyway.
yeah,
Let's be real. It's okay, but when it's something where it's like it has the proclivity to frustrate people, like roguelikes, it's not good. Like we talk about Hollow Knight, how difficult it is, but it's not difficult because the controls are bad and because the gameplay is bad.
yeah.
Whereas this feels like that, where the gameplay is just not polished enough
Okay.
and not responsive enough. You can change. I'm just looking at the menus now. The UI size is large or standard. I'm playing it on standard, so there's no way to minimize seemingly any of the uh there's some things like the health bar I think you can disable and stuff
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that, but
looking at the shots on
mm,
Steam of how it
hmm
looks, there is a lot going on. It almost
there is.
surrounds the entire screen, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which is it is interesting about talking about sort of the DNA and stuff like that. I remembered, and I just had a look. There was a game um, uh, by Swery
hmm
called The Missing, which came out
Yeah,
Oh
a
yeah.
I
few years
really
ago.
enjoyed that.
Which I thought you'd played, like side-scrolling
Hmm
game. I suppose maybe not quite Metroidvania, but at least a side-scrolling action kind of
Yeah,
game.
it's a
And,
mostly puzzle game. Yeah.
looking at those screenshots, there's barely anything on the screen.
Yeah. No, it was a puzzle game, and it was I think you could like detach parts of your body, and it was just like, yeah, as I say, like in a lot of Swery's games, like narratively or even mechanically, it is like just let the gamer figure it out for
Hmm.
themselves. Okay, there's going to be like over exposition in like the story and stuff like that, in like the writing and the writing style, but there is going to be an air of like mystery and like what the hell is going on actually, um, to it. And yeah, the missing was that, and it was much more slower paced. I think there
Mhm.
was like bits of like combat in the missing, but it was, as I say, it was just much more slower paced. So the like kind of clunkiness to it didn't. It wasn't as um aggravating or
Yeah. Yeah.
as it is in this, which is meant to be like a tight like slasher experience.
Mhm.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair.
Which is a shame because like stylistic wise, it has it's definitely got their DNA on it, and like the weird story and like the characters that you meet and like the dialogue that you have with them, it has that kind of just like kind of nonsense but intriguing nonsense element to it. So they just need to make like a visual novel together.
Yeah, fair. Pull together in that way. Take the
Yeah.
best parts of like Killer 7 and those kinds of things. And
Yeah, just make a detective mystery game.
yeah,
Hmm
That
absolutely.
sounds
And make
pretty
it
boss.
weird. Yeah, make it weird. That would have been the better play.
Fair.
So
Okay.
yeah, it just feels like I don't think anyone would mention those two developers and think, oh yeah, gameplay, and yet they make one of the most intensive and kind of gameplay genres in a roguelike. Yeah, a swing and a miss, but God bless them. At least they could do the swing. Yeah.
Well, it's
Hmm.
I was just having a look at both of their like what's coming out from both of them, because I remember Suda51's got another game in development, which looks really good. Romeo is a Dead Man. I think it was on
Yes.
one of the shows from not E3
Right.
gone back, and that looks really good.
Mm.
But again, who actually knows? Like they're very good at cutting trailers as well. It's like Kojima, amazing at
Hmm.
cutting trailers.
Mhm.
What is this actual game sort of coming out?
No one knows.
No one knows.
Even now.
Absolutely not. They don't even know what it
No.
is. To be fair,
And they may
No.
never know,
yeah,
even 5 years
Mm.
after the game comes out.
very
Mm.
much. And they did just, and I don't know whether he's involved in it. But again, Suda51 was involved with Let It Die, which was like an action game.
Right.
Mm.
Again from a few years ago, and they've just announced the sequel to that. I don't know if
Was that with
he's
like
involved in that.
Doctor Death or whatever,
I
Uncle
was like,
Death or whatever?
but he's like the Grim Reaper, but he's kind of not. And he's on a skateboard, and
Yeah,
you're
it's
fighting your
just
way through sort of areas and stuff.
like brilliant, but
I mean,
what's the
it
game?
is like so many of their games are like just out, out there,
Absurd.
just
Bonkers.
absurd,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and it's great. I just yeah. It's an interesting look at both of their lists of games, and it's a very interesting
Yeah,
mix
Uncle
of
Death.
things.
Yeah, Uncle Death was his name. It's like I've never played that game, but Uncle Death is just like, come on, just yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Mm.
Nice, good, okay.
Yeah, I wish I liked it, but
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it does look like I like the aesthetic when it jumps into the more visual novel type elements to it.
Yes.
So where the
Hmm.
characters are kind of presented on the screen, you have that dialogue sort of choice and those kinds of things. I like that. And the characters look great. Like the art and
Yeah,
things. But
it does.
I can see what you mean by it's kind of almost trying a bit too hard, maybe in
It's
terms of
trying
sort of
a
like the
lot.
graphics. Like
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on.
Hmm.
Like
It's
super
trying a
really
lot and
super
therefore trying
detailed
too hard.
environments.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of hard to like make out the action and what's going on.
Mm,
Um, yeah, it doesn't have that kind of visual legibility.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Cool. Anything else you've been up to this week, Lucy?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've. Oh, I built a Lego Game Boy.
Oh.
That's gaming adjacent.
Does
And
It
that's
is.
it, really.
d-
It's pretty cool.
so that Lego Game Boy looks amazing.
It is.
Oh, nice.
It
And
genuinely is
I
like an amazing.
assume that the
set.
screen is just a pre-printed.
It's like lenticular kind of deal.
Yeah.
You can get these now.
How
Like
long?
these.
How long until someone takes all of the actual insides of a Game Boy and puts it inside that Lego
Oh,
shell?
someone's
It's probably
probably
done.
done it. Yeah. It came out 3 days ago. Ben, that
Yeah.
was done within
Yeah.
like 6 hours.
As soon as someone got the box, they just emptied it and just instantly made it. Like, yeah, fair.
Yeah. I fully recommend it because I don't I know a deal you're getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I won't spoil it for you. Just when you've built it, just come on here with your thoughts and we can talk about it.
Interesting.
Because it's like one of the you don't usually get it in Lego sets. Like when I build Lego, I'm just thinking, oh, isn't that clever?
Yeah.
This one is just like, wow, that's just
Nice.
insane how they made it feel like the actual thing. It's like creativity and that's off the scale even for Lego.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. I was thinking, it's just having a quick look online. It's the same price as the arcade cabinet.
Hmm.
£55,
yeah,
which
the-
was
the- the
this
arcade
is
cabinet's
really
the
good
same.
money, like
And you can get it cheaper.
comparatively. I'm sure, but I saw the pre-order go up in like July, and I was just like, the price was very enticing anyway, so it's just like
I
there
think you get it for
was
around
no
40,
barrier.
42 quid on some
Nice,
sites.
very nice.
Nice. And so I only bring that up because I've been looking at the arcade cabinet. That's the kind of the one that I because again it's sort of this very cool sort of model, but actually it as a piece of Lego it actually opens up and there's this kind of almost like back room within the arcade cabinet itself
Hmm.
to build out
Oh.
and stuff like that as well. So yeah,
Yes.
that one Lego is getting very clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm guessing the licensed set train has slowed down a bit in the sense of there was a time where it's just like vaguely spaceship scene from Star Wars.
Yeah.
That we did 20 years ago, we're doing again, and it feels like they've actually realized the adult fans of Lego are the main buyers of these licensed sets and are making things that are interesting builds. Like they're thinking about the phenomenology of the build and they're
Yeah.
marketing it and sometimes pricing it for adult paychecks. But if you think about, I think that's the trend sort of, I think probably started with that like Optimus Prime that transforms without you having to take it apart.
Nice.
Which was a few years ago, and then they re-released like the DeLorean, even though they had a release back in the mid 20 teens, of quite a small DeLorean that like the doors were like not really doors, etc. And then they made like much more like a model version. And I think that was the start of the swing. And I think if the build is as intriguing as
It
Lucy
is. Yeah. Yeah.
saying,
It
implied.
I bet.
I think that's what they're doing more of, which is really cool.
Yeah, it is because it is just like the best analog I could give is like sort of like Mario Maker, the game,
Hmm.
where it's like you know all the components of Mario because it's like mm, us lot have played Mario since we were a kid, so we know like the physics, we know like the mechanics of all the things that are in Mario. Like we've built Lego enough, and it's like we know all the
Mhm.
pieces. But it's like they use those pieces in ways that it's just like, oh, I would never think to do that. Sort of like
Yeah,
in the Mario
yeah.
Maker game, it's like, oh, you're combining these two things, like the physics and how they interact with each other, and it's like I have this like kind of innate understanding of how they work separately, individually, but when you put them
Mm.
together, it's like, oh, look at that! What a revelation! What a concept! So yeah, and yeah, I think there's some like new custom pieces that I didn't recognize in this. I haven't built a Lego set in a few years, to be fair, but like
Mm.
apart from like I don't know, one is with like my niece or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's some new pieces in there, custom pieces, and that's always fun. It's just like, oh, bucking the trend, Lego making a new
Mhm.
piece just for this set. So yeah, but yeah, it's really good. So when you get it and build it, sure we can talk about it. Then.
I look forward to it.
I wouldn't want to spoil it for you. Imagine that spoiling a Lego set, but that's genuinely like what it is. Mm.
Oh, amazing. I haven't
That's
had a
pretty
new
exciting.
Lego set for fucking
6 weeks.
ages.
I still
Like,
got that Horizon one, the
oh, it's great.
long neck
Mm.
or
Oh, it's so
whatever it's
good.
called.
It's such a nice model.
Yeah, I might build that because it's not huge. So
I mean, it's
I have like Old Trafford and like the NES like
yeah, they're massive, aren't
sitting around. Yeah,
Mm.
those are not getting built until I have a
Yeah.
mansion.
Did I ever tell you I bought at a peak of
That is very pretty.
stress
It's really good.
and
That might have to get built soon. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
stress, improper meds, and
Mm.
good old ADHD impulse buying. I bought the Eiffel Tower,
Oh yeah.
which is the largest set.
Oh, the
It's a big
boy.
one, and it's
Yeah.
like have I don't even have space really to build this, let alone put it anywhere. So it's just been in a box for 2 years, and I'm like, what the fuck was
Yeah.
I thinking?
Well, that was me for Old Trafford and the
Uh,
NES. You know, they just sat there.
um,
And the Horizon one, but I'll build the Horizon one too. Yeah. They'll
Nice.
probably just be passed down in my inheritance at this.
Yeah. Well, yes, yes.
I'll bequeath them onto you. You two. You can have Old
I
Trafford.
don't know
Suggesting-
what possible world you are not outliving us to. Sorry. I appreciate the gesture, but it just means when we die, you have to change the paperwork. Like, just skip a step.
Okay.
Yes. And that's
The biggest nerds I know, currently alive. That's what I'll be.
that's what it will have to be written in. Absolutely. And they're
Yes,
like, well,
yeah.
who were they? Well, we don't know. She's dead. She can't tell us. Perfect. Cool. Aadil, is there anything you wanted to bring up this week? I know there's a game that you played a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I
you put some
haven't
time
really touched it in a while, and I think I'd rather go back to it because I didn't play enough of it.
into? Okay.
But I did want to just, if we have the time, there's two pieces of news. One is just a statement, and we can just shake our heads. But EA is being bought out by a Saudi firm
Investment fund.
investment, for to the tune of $55 billion.
They're in FIFA.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Silver Lake, the Saudi Arabia's public investment fund.
Mhm.
Obviously, I just wanted to say that in case people have missed it in the news, and just to take a moment to lament late stage capitalism, but also the new version of it, where nationalism and ignoring problematic things slash states is
When money's
proposals.
involved, we've always turned a blind eye.
I think this would have been a bigger deal 3 years ago.
No, I don't think it would have been. I agree. Like after the Microsoft Xbox Activision
Yeah. No,
one,
I'm talking about the fact that it's a a country which
no,
kills
I mean
journalists, etc. But like,
they've bought football clubs and people were
yeah.
wearing,
So it seems
like,
like they didn't have the headway into media, and this is a big
they
acquisition,
probably would have
and we
just
know
killed
that they
any
won't be.
journalist that wrote against them.
Yeah,
So,
but but yeah,
Wouldn't be the first
maybe I'm
time,
just
would it? To be fair.
rose-tinted
Yeah.
glasses on the near past because the current time is so dire. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up. I didn't think there was much to discuss except, yep, that makes sense. That's kind of sad.
I mean,
do you guys have any thoughts?
But my thoughts are ultimately whoever was controlling EA, whether it be
Andrew
a
Wilson.
group of, a
Mm.
group of people who will make a fucking shit ton of money from
Yeah.
this, who ultimately don't give a shit.
No. And
Because
a lot of people who will no longer have money because they'll no longer have jobs. because of
exactly. This is the
Lucy, they got fired in the past year anyway.
Yeah. This is it's
Yeah.
the human toll, I think, that this buyout will bring with it, because again, the issue with capitalism, isn't it, as we've talked about time and time again, of constantly having to generate a profit, constantly having to have that level of money exchanging and a product to put out, and how people are just a resource a lot of the time. The Saudi government and a lot of their investment funds who have bought into sports teams, as Lucy says, other esports. They're massive in esports, aren't they? At the moment, so they've already got their fingers in the sort of the gaming pies.
Just sport across the
How
everything.
ultimately they are making a lot of their money from oil, from resources, also from investment in bringing capital and money to them. So, and wealth generation and these kinds of things, but on the labor of other ethnic groups,
Yes.
through the labor and then bombing of adjacent countries, through just not being very nice fucking people. And how interesting this is going to be with them picking up quite a large entity within the gaming space. EA is one of the bigger publishers, and seeing actually how this shakes out, because EA not maybe the biggest in putting forward progressive stories within games, and spotlighting minorities or kind of other people in terms of the products that they sort of put out. But I think that the kind of people that are involved in either the royal family and their sort of surrounding advisors, and the kind of people that have their money within these investment funds in Saudi, aren't fucking stupid. So whilst they might not be happy with some of the things that may be put forward, some storylines and those kinds of things, I think generally they won't. It's not going to affect those kinds of things. So they're not going to suddenly take the women's league out of FIFA.
Yeah.
Whether they think that should be in there or not, I have no idea. But they're not going to push certain kinds of agendas, I don't think, onto the products that are being put out by EA. They haven't come into football clubs and been like, necessarily,
it will trickle
you
down.
have to do that. It's
It will
ultimately
trickle down.
it will trickle. But
It'll be small,
will it?
insidious things that we won't
Yeah,
notice.
because it'll
Or
be like,
is it just money laundering?
Of course it is. Of course it's money laundering. But it's all their all their oil money, and that's eventually going to dry up. So you need to funnel it somewhere. Instead of like, instead of grabbing like every state by the balls and be like, here's our oil. When that dries up, it's like, how else can we have a stranglehold on all
Yes,
these
just
nations that have
consumers.
bought into it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But it will trickle down. It will be like it won't be like we're not just not having the women's game in FIFA anymore or EA Sports FC, whatever the hell it's called. It'll be like, do we need to pump as much money into this area of the game? It'll come
Yeah.
up from a high,
Certainly,
and
they're,
then
they're scanning
someone will
faces
say,
of players, but they just don't bother with the women's side. They
yeah, and they'll
essentially
be
just
like,
it's the same
and
model for every single female player.
yes, they'll make it the enshittification of things, and then people will complain, and they'll be like, they'll get the gamers on side who they really want, and they'll just be like, why is the women's game in this? And then they'll be like, oh, on the yellow sticky notes or whatever apology on Twitter, it'll be like, unfortunately, this, that, and the other thing, it's not going to be in the games going forward.
Yeah,
And
always
that's just
spanning the
something.
way, though, isn't it? It's always going to be spanning the way to make the best of the game and ensure that you get the
Yes,
best
yes.
experience with the Premier
Mhm.
League, with the Bundesliga, with Serie A, to make sure you get the
Yeah.
best experience with those
Yeah.
leagues.
And that's just like something silly like football,
Absolutely.
let alone like world conflicts. Just like on Giant Bomb, Jeff Grubb does a morning for them show. I think it's about 4:00 over here, and they actually had a really good discussion about the buyout and what the fallout. I would say potential fallout, but it's going to happen of this deal is going to be. Lex Luddy, the co-host on the podcast for the 1st of October. Go listen to that because they made some very salient points and just paints a very dark picture of what's going to happen. And and it's just like, yeah. But basically, I just always go back to the point where it's like, I don't consume these games, not even from like a moral standpoint, but from I'm just not interested in anything EA is putting out, to be honest.
Yep.
Like, it's Skate's owned by EA, isn't it?
Yep.
Ben?
It is.
Yeah, and like you played that. You know the direction of where that's going, how you know didn't vibe with it. It's like the games that I engage with are like the weird indie games like this. I bought a game that's called Unfair. What is it? Unfair coin? Unfair flipping? Where you're just flipping a coin. It's like a like a roguelike or something like that. And it's just like a coin where you need to get like 10 heads in a row. And
That's extraordinarily difficult.
Yeah, it's like at the beginning it's
Especially
only
if the
like
name
20%
suggests.
in your favor.
Yeah.
Where it's gonna be like heads, and it's just like a little like little add stats to your coin, like, oh, now it's added 5% chance, and so it's like 25% chance of getting a heads now. Just stupid indie games that are just someone in their basement, hopefully with not terrible ideas and politics as well, but just put it out on Steam, just like, yeah, these are the games that surprise me that come out, like Blueprints or something like that. I didn't even know about that game prior. Yeah, I don't engage with these things as I say, it's not even from a moral point of view; it's just from an interest point of view.
If anyone has a subscription to Slate, Laura Kate Dale has written an article about The Sims, and a game that I didn't even really think about with the buyout, but a game which is very representative.
Oh my god,
is huge in sort of minority with minority groups. In terms of representation, and how good they have been at bringing stuff in to make people feel seen in The Sims when you're making your own kind of character. And actually now, fuck, like what does that mean for something like that? I mean, you can see it, you can see a correlation and go, well, what does that mean for Battlefield? Actually, how does that frame a narrative of how different countries around the world is going to be
because
seen?
they're going to be
like
like, what? It's like most of those games are just like Middle East bad.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, I was
What's it
just
gonna be
thinking
now?
about like
well, but
it might
Battlefield
be a
6.
slight positive good against the American jingoism of Battlefield,
I
but I
mean,
think it might swing too far the
I
other
mean,
way.
yeah, because
I think the
Battlefield 6 is.
Middle East and America come together to defeat Russia and well,
Yeah,
maybe China.
maybe.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
The Sims is an interesting one in terms of actually that's probably EA's most progressive game.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I can't
That
read the
is
article.
active outside of
I can
BioWare.
read the
But
first paragraph. But if you've got
you
a
know,
subscription to Slate, go and read that to get a bit more
I
context.
will. If I can, maybe can you get like one free article?
No,
There's
no,
Um,
no. I don't believe so.
there are always ways.
yeah.
It'll be somewhere.
The thing with Sims is that it's got a good enough. I mean, it's got a big community of people who just like have been homebrewing that stuff for
Yeah.
decades. So
Yeah.
at least there's that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't even want to tax my mind with thinking about all the terrible things that's going to happen.
Well, I'm
Or,
glad I brought
as you
something
say, they
up.
may not interfere in initially, but
Mm.
makes sense for them not to. But
Yep.
insidious
Only a matter
stuff
of time.
always feels.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
As
Our world is currently our people follow money. So even if it's a tacit, like, oh, are you sure you guys want to do that? That will get interpreted and compounded down the line, right? Like, I
Exactly.
don't even have to put the pressure on for things to start to shift as soon as comms open, right?
Yeah. It's not going to be like they slide a gun across the meeting room table with Andrew Wilson. They don't even have. Yeah, that would be funny, but it's just like.
Oh, yeah. Be interesting to
probably
see
won't.
who stays on as well in terms of the, people at the top of EA, whether they've been bought out.
I'd
And
be
they're like,
out of
cool,
there,
see ya.
man.
Oh,
I'd be on my yacht.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey.
They're done. We took this company and we fucked it. Goodbye.
Yeah. That would be me. I'm not even above it. I'm not even gonna pretend. I'll be like, bye, bitches. go. If you want me, I'll be on my yacht.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just as a final thought on this. So Electronic Arts. So this is on a CNBC site. Reported back on the 29th, so almost a week ago. The key points from the article. Electronic Arts said it will be acquired by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners in an all-cash deal worth $55 billion. Shareholders of the maker of Battlefield, The Sims, and Madden NFL will receive $210 per share.
Wow.
And then Jared Kushner, who is Donald Trump's son-in-law, is the CEO of Affinity Partners.
I knew that part.
So it's not.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Affinity Partners or anyone else. I thought it was just the Public Investment Fund that put in. So it's not even just them. They're going to be getting it from fucking all angles.
Oh yeah, this is why I think like a media powerhouse of sorts, right? Being Trump and Saudiified is not good, I think.
Nope.
For the world.
Nope.
Yeah.
Were they the ones who sold him that golden plane? Was it the Saudis?
No,
or was it somebody else?
Qatar.
Oh, right, okay. Cool. The listening device lined jet that they sold him. No, sorry, bought him.
The thing that already required tens of millions of dollars of repairs, let alone maintenance.
Repairs,
and also,
or like
essentially,
essentially,
the thing is going to cost as a thing that they got as a gift. It's going to cost the American people, I think, $100 million.
Oh yeah, because you have to literally disassemble it to make sure.
But also because it's so fucking big, it limits the. If I'm remembering this right, if you're watching on YouTube or wherever, comment, tell me I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the plane that is so big that you can't land it on standard strips. only certain strips because it's
Ooh.
too heavy, so it'll ruin
In Russia,
Yeah.
in Putin's base, where they're all just gonna have a little shindig.
I've gone down a slight rabbit hole. Affinity Partners, Jared Kushner's investment fund, was
so he's gonna say Coke House.
originally funded by the Public Investment Fund from the Saudi
Yes,
Arabian
I
government.
did know that. Yeah,
Oh.
this is him. But he's been in the pocket of Saudi for a long time.
For
Yes.
a while, yeah.
But so it's kind
It's
of
a
like
split between Saudi and Saudi.
it's like
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's what I mean. Look at Man City, like they're like,
Well,
oh, we're sponsored by this
sure, yes.
this other this betting company. Well,
Yep.
probably not betting company. We're sponsored by this other company, which is actually just part of this.
Yep.
what
So
is it?
our manager's been paid
Qatari
by these people who've
investment
got
fund.
nothing to do with us, even though it's exactly the same fucking people who
Yeah,
own the fucking
yeah.
company. Like, yeah,
Mhm,
absolutely.
mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm. It's just their office is just registered in like Estonia, and it's
Yeah,
just an empty
yeah,
warehouse, or
absolutely.
just not even a warehouse, just like
Some
a
old lady's
one-bedroom
house.
apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I
That's
getting all of this
insane.
post? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm just hundreds and hundreds of letters a day. Oh,
What a world.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
was that Aadil? Was that the that was the thing that we were just meant to shake our heads at, wasn't it? What was
Yeah,
the
I
other
mean,
thing?
I wasn't. I was trying really hard not to bring it up and then go into a rant. And I'm glad that we all went into the rant.
Yeah,
because
nice.
It's the world we're in.
It is.
So
it
I'll
is.
save the other thing for maybe another time.
Yeah, good plan. Good plan. Let's finish
but
then.
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
After that joyous.
Let's end it on
piece of news.
something nice.
Beers.
Oh, yeah, beer's
Yeah.
nice.
Beers.
Oh,
Let's
let
roll
me-
back
let
round.
me-
Adil, we'll come back to you. You started, so.
It's still just as lemony, but there were moments. But it's nice. Coffee, cacao, still fruity coffee, but taste has come through. So I got enough adaptation to the number 4 lemon sourness that now it does kind of feel like, but it's really interesting because it's not on your tongue. It's kind of in it's kind of like in the air of my mouth. Like it really kind of feels like I have coffee breath for a part of the finish, which is super interesting. And because then if I like put my tongue to the roof of my mouth, I get another zap of like, oh yeah, there's still all this lingering lemon. It's good. It's refreshing. On a stormy, rainy 8 p.m. day, maybe not the best timing for such a thing, but it was good. Would I get it again? Depends on what else is around, I guess. Like if I was looking for something refreshing and it was like 2 p.m. just in case of the caffeine, I will get back to you guys next week. Oh, not next week because I'm in Poland.
Oh,
Lovely.
what are you doing over there? If you can share online.
Oh, I'm Ben from the Hop Knockers. Like, hey, I'm going to Poland from the 9th to the 12th because he's gone on a few small trips. I'm like, I am really bad at planning trips for myself, so I almost never travel when I'm single, which has been a while. And so he just let me know, and I'm like, that's the weekend of my 42nd birthday. Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna run off to Poland and
Nice.
and check out some craft brew.
Wow.
Yeah.
I keep us updated because that sounds wicked.
Yes. So
yeah, I was looking at the calendar. I was like, oh, it's Adil's birthday.
Yeah. So I'll be back the week afterwards.
Well, enjoy, sir.
Yeah,
that sounds
absolutely
fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway,
Lucy.
That was my beer.
Yes.
I think I was in the
the Beak, Lucy.
Yeah, as I say, like 10 out of 10. No notes. Just soft, pillowy. Just perfectly well balanced in between that citrusy, slightly tropical fruitiness and sweetness. Mixed with like nice, like tame bitterness on the end, but like a bit more piney and sprucey as well. Just Why? I mean, no shade to the Vault City, but why can't all beers be like this? You know, if there was no variation and this was like the only they ever made, okay, I'd miss a stout now and then, but like, and I don't want to be that person who's like, oh, hazy IPA, but like, it's just like, it's just perfect. It's like very happy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Grand.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
It's
Well,
Beak, so
yeah,
it's to
Lost.
be
Was it
expected.
called Lost Folk?
Yes.
Nice, cool.
Who's this lady? I'm interested now. She had nothing to do with making the beer. Like, they must have been inspired. So,
Inspired, yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Good,
Oh, this
nice.
is very long. Perhaps not. Not this late at night, anyway.
Just stay up to like 2 o'clock reading her
Yeah,
biography
this tome
and then going
that's on
into
a
all
beer can.
yeah. Cool. So the Oktoberfest beer is lovely. It's really nice. That kind of bitter, slightly peppery finish did dull down a little bit, so I wasn't having to reach for it quite so much to refresh my palate. But those flavors stuck around very, very nicely all through this beer. It's not cloying, it's not chewy, it's not too much malt. It's a really nice balance of flavors in this. It's very light, it's very crisp, it's very refreshing, and it's absolutely a beer I could have picked another one up and just drank straight away. I think when I first started to taste it, my initial thought was, one would be enough. But actually, now I finished it, I kind of think, oh, I could crack another one very easily. To be fair, and have a couple of these of an evening. So yes,
If I told EA for 55 billion, I had my yacht, I'd make a fountain that just poured this beer out.
That'd be a very good idea.
Would you do that with your beer?
Would I do that with my beer?
For a week. You can switch out the beers
Can I?
as much as you want when you've sold EA for
So this is
55
more of
billion.
would you put a beer fountain on your yacht?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
And then feature the beer that you're drinking.
That is a fixture anyway that I'm going to have regardless.
Oh, so sorry. Given that you will have a beer fountain on your yacht, would you put this one in? I would say no.
Okay.
I would like to know
for a month.
I would like to know the pressure of
Would you
said
be happy for a
fountain
month?
and how many kegs of beer I'm going to get through in a certain amount.
It doesn't matter. You're a billionaire.
No. I understand.
Billions.
I get that.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm switching over, like if a keg lasts an hour in a beer fountain, I'm switching over a new beer every hour. Yes. If I'm switching over a new beer every day,
every week,
maybe every week.
So sorry.
No, if I have to have one beer on for a week in my beer fountain.
Is the problem that if you had a yacht with a beer fountain, you would be entertaining, like just by definition, such that you don't know how much beer you would have?
No. Just how much beer does the fountain use? And how many kegs am I switching out? Like, am I in the fountain? Am I bathing in the fountain?
You are at no point. If you have a yacht with a beer fountain, you are not switching out the kegs.
No. Sure. No, you're absolutely right. But if I could have a different beer if I could have a different beer every hour because it goes through a keg an hour, let's say, because it's a fucking fountain, that's a lot of liquid shooting up through. If I can go through a beer every hour, yes, I absolutely would.
No, because
if it's one beer a week,
so now if you do it every hour, it has to alternate that Bleak Threads 3 and the Flock Threads 4 or wherever that was, the mixing ones that I had. So that when you get the middle ground where it's flushing out the old one, you're getting that peak experience that they were saying of when you have the two in the same glass.
You're in international waters doing some dodgy stuff. Your helicopter ran out of oil or petrol or it's broken.
Sure.
And the person making your next golden helicopter is on holiday also. You have to have a beer for a week in the fountain, nothing else. Would you be okay with that?
No. For a week, no. I'm not just drinking this beer for a week. Absolutely not.
You're not drinking. I mean, I could bathe in
it. I could share it. I could do it. No, there's plenty of other beers that I would pick for a week of just experiencing.
I'd do it with this Beak one.
Nice. That's good. That's good. I think those beers that
do
you want to
describe
It's
experience
the
for a
best beer
week
in the
are
world.
very rare.
There's nothing wrong with having a beer that you want every once in a while.
No, I agree.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
But
absolutely.
I'm actually going to search out this beer that Lucy has had because it sounds amazing, and
It's for a 5% beer as well. It's very good. It's very, very good. Maybe it's
oh
'cause
yeah, I mean
alcohol
my
hasn't
beer was
touched my
5%,
lips for
and
a
it
week,
wasn't
but I
even
know.
beer. It was coffee and lemonade,
Well, maybe if you're in like a really hot country,
like Saudi
Bill.
Arabia.
Yes, in the desert.
Right. So we're in Saudi Arabia, and we've just sold EA. So we're visiting the guys we sold it to. I'm not sure they're going to be that okay with an alcohol fountain.
I mean, they've got their own fountains.
Hmm.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
but
cyanide fountains.
They'll make exceptions for the rich people, don't forget.
To be fair, they will
How
absolutely.
many
you know
lines
there's-
of coke have they done with Jared Kushner? Come on, let's be real.
At least
Yeah.
I
three.
think
Probably
they
a
try
lot.
and avoid that fucker as much as possible, like the rest of the world does.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What is this American coke?"
Give him money. Just give
We
him
got
more
the
money.
good
That's
stuff.
all he wants. Tell him to fuck off. Give him more money.
We got the good
Yeah.
stuff.
The reason why they founded that firm, what was it called? Alliance?
Affinity.
Something. Same fucking thing. Is just so that they could have an arm's length from dealing directly with Jared Kushner because he's such a twat.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's here again. Just write a check. He'll go away. It's fine.
They drew straws, and poor Ahmed is now part of the go-between, and he's like, this was the worst.
It's like, Jared, you don't even need a personal assistant. Why am I here? You don't do anything all day. What's going on? Brilliant. What's a good place to finish? Go to outoflives.net. Enjoy the things that we do, the videos that we make, the podcasts that we put up. We are, Out of Lives over on YouTube as well and on Blue Sky. I'm Nova47 on Blue Sky. Aadil is
At the Omniarch.
and you can get Lucy.
Juicy Loose 9.
Perfect. Go to your podcast service of choice, rate and review us. If you choose to do so, it'll take you 30
And if
seconds.
you don't, why not, you cunt?
Exactly. I'm not even going to outro us. That's just a good place to finish. Good.
Bye.
Bye.
So.
www.outoflives.net